Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss heat flux in cylindrical coordinate. Most of you are familiar with heat flux in Cartesian coordinate system as well as in polar coordinate system. But very few students know how to convert heat flux from Cartesian coordinate system to the polar coordinate system. So in this video, I am going to derive polar coordinate system from Cartesian coordinate system. So let's start with the Cartesian coordinate system. So here we have a Cartesian coordinate. This is my x, this is my y. And here there is one point at a radius r and at an angle of theta. So I can write my x as r cos theta, y as r sin theta, where this is my x and this is my y, and r as under root x square plus y square. It's a similar derivation that I have done in my lecture 4. So if we are dealing with polar coordinate system, then we can write our temperature as a function of r, theta and z for cylindrical coordinate system. Now again we can write our change in temperature as del T by del R dr plus del T by del theta into d theta plus del T by del Z into dz because of chain rule. Before starting the expression, one thing I wanted to clarify, that here r, theta and z are the coordinate axes and are linearly independent. This means that z cannot be written as a function of theta or r, or theta cannot be written as a function of z and r, and vice versa. Now we wanted to convert our Cartesian coordinate, so we have to convert these derivatives del T by del x, del T by del y and del T by del z in the form of polar coordinates. As well as we have to convert our I cap, j cap and k cap in the polar coordinate. So let's start with del T by del x. So we can, from this equation, we can write del T by del x, divide this by dx, del T by del r dr by dx, del T by del theta by del x, del T by del z by del theta, del x, del x. Now I have told you r, z and theta are my linearly independent. So z is independent of x, so this term will goes to 0. So I can do this term as 0. Now I am left with del T by del r by del x plus del T by del theta by del x. Now I have to compute these terms. So first dr by dx. dr by dx is equal to d by dx under root x square plus y square. So I can write it as 1 by 2 under root x square plus y square and derivative of 2x. That will cancel out, and x by r, and x equal to r cos theta. So r cos theta divided by r, we get cos theta. So our this term del r by del x equal to cos theta. Now we have to compute d theta by dx. So this is equal to d by dx and theta is equal to tan inverse y by x. So in this coordinate system, our theta will be tan inverse y by x. So we will have 1 plus y by x whole square del by del x y by x. So we are left with x square plus y square 1 by x. Y del x into 1 by x. So this is equal to x square plus y square y x square minus 1. So here x square cancel. I am left with minus y x square plus y square, and y equal to r sin theta r square. So r square cancel. I am left with minus sin theta by r. So we have d theta by dx equal to minus sin theta by r. Now substituting this d theta by dx and dr by dx into this equation. So now we can write our del t by del x as del t by del r cos theta plus del t by del theta minus sin theta by r. On rearrangement, we can write cos theta del t by del r minus sin theta by r del t by del theta. So our final expression for del t by del x is equal to cos theta del t by del r minus sin theta by r del t by del theta. So this is my del t by del x. Now let's find del t by del y. So now del t equal to del t by del r as previous plus del t by del theta d theta plus del t by del z into dz. Now divide this one with dy. We will get del t by del y equal to del t by del r into dr by dy plus del t by del theta by del y plus del t by del z dz by dy. This will go to 0 because z and y are linearly independent. Z and y are linearly independent. So now my form will become del t by del y equal to del t by del r dr by dy plus del t by del theta equal to del theta by del y. Now again I have to find my del r by del y and del theta by del y. So our del r by del y equal to d under root x square plus y square into dy, which is equal to 1 by 2 under root x square plus y square, and derivative of 2y equal to 2y, y square equal to 2y, and we are left with y by r. And what is our y? Y is equal to r sin theta by r. So we have sin theta. That's mean dr by dy equal to sin theta. Similarly, d theta by dy will be equal to d by dy, and our theta equal to tan inverse y by x. So let's substitute here. Tan inverse y by x. So the derivative will be 1 divided by 1 plus y by x whole square, and derivative with respect to y by x. So this will be equal to x square plus y square 1 by x, 1x will cancel, and I am left with x, and x square plus y square equal to r square, so r square, and x equal to r cos theta by r square, r cancel, I am left with cos theta by r. Now substituting this cos theta by r and this del r by del y into this equation. So I will be left with del t by del y equal to del t by del r, and what is our del r by del y? That is sin theta, plus del t by del theta d theta by dy equal to cos theta by r. On rearrangement we can write sin theta del t by del r plus cos theta by r del t by del theta. So this is our second expression. So we can write del t by del y equal to sin theta del t by del r plus cos theta by r del t by del theta. Now we have to find del t by del z. So similarly I can write del t equal to, these are the similar steps as previous, del t by del r into dr plus del t by del theta into d theta plus del t by del z into dz. Now divide by dz, I will get del t by del r into dr by dz plus del t by del theta by dz plus del t by del z. Now I have already told you that r, theta and z are linearly independent. That's why dr by dz will go to 0, d theta by dz will goes to 0, and I will be left with dt by dz equal to dt by dz. It will be same. So we don't need any other improvement. So in this case we have already find our del t by del x, del t by del y, del t by del z in our polar coordinate system. Now let's substitute this. So substitute dt by dx, dt by dy, dt by dz in this equation. So I will be left with q dot equal to, so it will become minus k del t by del x equal to cos theta del t by del r minus sin theta by r del t by del theta and I cap plus sin theta del t by del r plus cos theta by r del t by del theta and j cap plus del t by del z k cap. Now as I have stated at the starting of the lecture that we also need to convert our I cap, j cap and k cap in the polar coordinate system. So let's discuss. So we have radius r which is directed in the direction of r cap as a unit vector, and there is one theta direction which is represented by theta cap, and we have y coordinate system and we have x coordinate system. Or for more clarification, I will write this as I cap and this as j cap. Basically this is x axis, this is my y, this is my y axis, this is my y axis. Now this is at an angle of theta, so this angle will also be a theta from the geometry. Now I can write I cap equal to r cap cos theta minus theta cap sin theta. Basically here, so first component is due to this vector, that is this one, that is r cos theta, and second is in the negative direction, that is theta cap sin theta. Next we can write j cap equal to theta cap cos theta plus r cap sin theta. So this is from these two vectors. Cos theta will be in the j cap direction, it will be theta cap cos theta, and from this vector it will be r cap sin theta. So I can write this one as r cap sin theta plus theta cap cos theta. Now if I take this one with I as a term 1, this one as a term 2, then I can write term 1 equal to cos theta del t by del r minus sin theta by r del t by del theta, and there is I cap. What is my I cap? I cap is cos theta r cap minus sin theta theta cap. Now multiplying these two, I will get cos theta del t by del r cos theta r cap minus cos theta del t by del r sin theta theta cap minus sin theta by r del t by del theta cos theta r cap plus, if we will multiply this to sin square theta by r del t by del theta theta cap. Now term 2 will be sin theta del t by del r plus cos theta by r del t by del theta, and what is our j cap? J cap is sin theta r cap plus cos theta theta cap from this equation. Now multiplying these two also, we will get sin square theta del t by del r r cap plus sin theta del t by del r cos theta theta cap plus cos theta by r del t by del theta sin theta r cap plus cos square theta by r del t by del theta theta cap. Now writing these two equations together, so term 1 I can write as cos theta cos square theta del t by del r r cap, and this term sin theta cos theta del t by del r, this whole term will cancel out, Similarly, cos theta, sin theta, this whole term will cancel out. I will left with, in this case, plus sin square theta by r del t by del theta, theta cap. This is from term 1. Similarly, I can write sin square theta del t by del r cap, plus cos square theta by r del t by del theta, theta cap. This is from term 2. Now, adding these two terms, we will come to sin square theta plus cos square theta del t by del r cap, plus sin square theta plus cos square theta by r del t by del theta by theta cap, and this is equal to 1 and this is equal to 1. So basically I have del t by del r cap plus 1 by r del t by del theta, theta cap. Now, substituting these two terms, because this is my term 1 plus term 2. Substituting my term 1 plus term 2, here we will get Q dot heat flux equal to minus K. Term 1 plus term 2 is del T by del R cap plus 1 by R del T by del theta into theta cap plus del T by del Z K cap. So basically we come to our final result that I have shown initially at the initial lecture. This is our polar form. Cylindrical form. So I can write Q dot, that is heat flux, equal to minus K del T by del R cap plus 1 by R del T by del theta, theta cap plus del T by del Z K cap, and this is our cylindrical heat flux. And since we have taken K at Kr, K theta and Kz as a constant, so this assumption is valid only when we have isotropic material. So this is the heat flux that you see in your books, and it's derived in this way. In my next video, I will use this equation to derive the energy equation, or I can say heat diffusion equation, for cylindrical coordinate system that I have also discussed in my lecture 4 in a different way. Thank you.